Morning. We're gonna need a lot of this today. I had a comment yesterday about makeup tutorial. And I'm not good with makeup, but I can tell you real quick what I do while I'm trying to talk about what's on my mind, which is something important I want to talk about. This year, I was diagnosed with HS. And I've had bad skin since like the 4th grade, like most of my life. But I never thought, I guess, that there was really much that I could do. I just thought this is how it is. Well, this year I've learned a lot. And after the doctor told me that, and then I went to the specialist and I came out from the specialist, it was kind of like, one of them moments. But I'm not going to get into all that for today. It's a whole thing. I'll probably talk about that because I'm sure a lot of people have stuff with their skin. But if you watched any of my videos lately, you know that I'm really trying to focus and only support cruelty-free stuff because I don't like the bunnies being hurt and I don't like the beagles being hurt. And let's just not get into all that stuff either. But Thayer's was one of the very few options that are cruelty-free. And this is a pH balancing daily cleanser, and it's got aloe in it. So that was cool. And they had the toner, but I didn't find a good moisturizer because this specialist told me that using the coconut oil I'd been using was way too heavy for acne-prone skin, which is what I have. So I found a good one for that, which is e.l.f. And it is also cruelty-free. So I've done all that stuff this morning, and now we're moving on to the makeup part of it, which is not a lot of fun. Not my favorite thing in the world. But what did we talk about yesterday? Effort. And I'm sure you're like me, and you want to feel better, and you want to feel good about yourself and all that stuff. And makeup kind of helps that, especially for those of us that don't have flawless, perfect skin. But e.l.f. again, primer, and basically, and if you're a makeup expert, just get out of here, because chances are I'm not going to have all this right or be right about everything. But a primer, basically to me, is just like if you're painting something and you put the primer on first, it's supposed to kind of help give you a good foundation to build on, fill in all the imperfections or whatever. And then foundation. And this is one of them I've found that's not too bad. It's the Maybelline. I like Mary Kay, but it's very expensive. So right now I've only got Mary Kay. A few Mary Kay things, but it's cheaper foundation. But the rest of it's pretty normal. But my thought, because I'm going to try to do all this quickly in one video if I can. Y'all know I'm really not quick about nothing. What's in my eye? Get out of here. Okay. What's on my mind is, why in the world do we pour in to everybody and everything but ourselves and our lives and our dreams? We just keep pouring in, and building up everything but ourselves and our lives. And don't be confused at what I'm saying or misunderstand what I'm saying, because this is not being selfish. It is good for you to have standards and to want better for yourself and to stand by what you believe in your standards. Because there are people out there that will make fun of you, that will laugh at you, that will tell you everything. And to be honest, I don't think anybody else will understand or agree with you on what you want for yourself and for your life. Because it's not theirs. And frankly, there ain't nobody else's life that I want. I don't want nothing nobody else has got. So, yeah, I guess it makes sense. But they will tell you all kinds of stuff and, oh, you don't need to do that, or, oh, you should do this. And I know I've made videos about this before because this just drives me up the wall. But don't listen to nobody about your life. You can get advice. There's people that I trust, people that I'll go to and ask about, life advice and business and things like that. There's a lot of people, there's some people that's gone that I can't anymore. That a lot of times I wish that I could talk to about some things. But you can get advice, but don't let other people control your life and your decisions. And everybody else is going to think you're nuts when you go after your dreams and your goals. That one's just powder, and I don't like it. I like loose powder, and that's pressed powder. Anywho, my thing is, we pour into everybody else. We build up others. We build up businesses and companies, but not ourselves. And we wonder why we're empty, or we're tired, or whatever else, and we're not building up us and building up what we're doing and putting in time and effort to the life that we want and what we want to do. That makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. What are we doing? And I understand, if you're like me, and you probably are, we have to do things to survive. Just like I have one of them day jobs right now, because I have to eat to survive. And there's a lot of people that have 2 and 3 jobs. And this is kind of off topic, but or a lot of people's not going to understand it. But when I was in Bermuda, the lady, the taxi driver, one of the taxi drivers we had, was telling me about how they live and what they do and the cost of living and all that stuff. And they're like barely making it. Like, everything is so expensive. And, learning to conserve water and catching rainwater and all this stuff. And it doesn't, I guess you expect it to be really good because of, where it is. But she was just talking about 2 and 3 jobs, people trying to make it, and how they really rely on tourism and all this stuff. And most of the people, I think right now, that's what we're doing. We're trying to survive. And this is my Tiana. Love her. She's probably my favorite Disney princess. But I've been using the brown and the pearl color. That's my favorite. I got green eyes, and brown and purple seems to be better. But anyway, we have to do things we don't want to do, like having those day jobs and stuff like that to eat. But, and I've said this a million times in videos, continuing in that and spending your life in that, why? Like, we should be working hard doing extra, building what we're trying to do in the life that we want. And man, it's just on my mind heavy right now. So I think sometimes things really do happen to get your mind right. But anyway, I don't think we should waste ourselves, waste our talents. I don't think we should be places that don't appreciate us and don't see our value. And that's a sad thing. And this is just a e.l.f. eyebrow kit. Sometimes the makeup makes my eyebrows kind of makeup-y. And I just add that brown in a little bit to bring my eyebrows back out. And don't even ask me about eyebrows. I don't know. And I don't do fake lashes. So don't even ask me about that stuff. But anyway, I'm just replying to the comment. I'm not a person to watch about makeup. But I get so sidetracked. I don't even know what I was saying now. But anyway, and this is like a little fine powder too that I put under my eyes to try to help the mascara not stick, you know, and I don't make a mess, and help it kind of dry, I guess. Or help it while it dries not to stick. And that is Mary Kay, and that's the best mascara that there is. It's Lash Love. I've tried a handful of other ones. I can't stand none of them. It's the best. But we can't expect to live the life we want if we're not even doing anything for it. And last night, I worked on something for at least a couple hours after work. And see, there it goes sticking because I blinked. After the day that I had. And worked on this for a couple hours. And this is it's a big important thing to help me with what I'm trying to do. And I'm not finished because I had to go to bed to get up early to go to the day job. But basically, if you're not doing anything, there it is. And you have to have the Mary Kay eye makeup remover. It's incredible. The only thing that I've found that actually works good, like I've tried to use other makeup remover, like out of the store. After using this stuff, like, it don't even work at all. Like, it's terrible. But anyway, I just don't know. And maybe you're not doing this. Maybe you're right there doing what you love and where you want to be and all this stuff. But to me, I just don't understand why we just waste. We waste ourselves. Waste our time. Waste what we're doing. Pouring into things. And let's just take an example of, like, if you're trying to have some sort of relationship with somebody that don't care a bit more about you than anything else in the world, or you're working for an employer that don't care nothing about you, you're just a number, it's just about the bottom line. And in relationships with people or work or whatever, when people continue to disrespect you, continue to treat you some kind of way, whatever, why in the world would you keep pouring yourself into that And I've done it. Many relationships, many jobs. I've done it. Like, I've put up with some stuff. And I saw a video the other day of a girl that said, set boundaries or have an autoimmune disease. HS is an autoimmune disease. And mind you, I am like almost 2.5 years out of the worst season of my life, the worst time of my life. Really went through something. Maybe I should just leave it like that. I think if I go to work like that, people will just avoid me because they'll think I'm nuts. I think some of them do now anyways. Anyways. I saw that video. I'm not going to do it. I'm thinking about it, but I'm not going to do it. About that, and I was like, holy Moses. And that's the thing. And if you do a little research, inflammatory bowel disease can be set off from a traumatic life event. Like, we don't, especially where I live and I grew up, a lot of people don't take mental health seriously. And they think it's a joke. And people just drug and alcohol it away like, this is how I'll deal with it, instead of learning how to deal with it and trying to heal and things like that. And it's not easy. And I'll absolutely suppress some stuff. I've been doing that my whole life. But I believe in mental health and that it's serious, and I believe in therapy and all that stuff. And of course, me personally and in my beliefs, Jesus is the only way and the only help. And he's the only reason I'm still here. That's not a joke. That is not a joke. That's not being dramatic. It's not being a fanatic or, religious woohoo, whatever. That's not a joke. And the fact that, we go through all this stuff on top of it, and just like stressful situations, I was thinking about this yesterday. I was like, your nervous system does not need this. Because it doesn't. Like, our bodies, our minds, our spirits, we're not supposed to be going through this life dealing with nonsense, not having any boundaries, not setting standards, and I don't mean being horrible and ugly and all this. No, that's not at all what I'm saying. But why do we let people treat us some kind of way? Why do we waste our talents and ourselves? Why do we not set standards and boundaries and keep pouring in to people and things and all this stuff instead of ourselves? And that's what I thought about yesterday, is you are not pouring into you. You're pouring in to other things that ain't gonna be worth a hill of beans. Like, wasting yourself, wasting your time. For what? Because let me tell you something. Life is short. We never know when it'll be the end. Never know when my time will come or your time will come or whatever. There's so much that we worry about that don't even matter. And just like there's a lot of people that they really care about what other people think. Get in there. And like they do things and they build things and they buy things because they've got to keep up with their neighbor or whatever. Or they've got to have better than so-and-so. and they're miserable. Like, miserable. What for? Tell you what. I think I'm getting there. I think I'm getting there. I just told the Lord yesterday, I said, you're going to have to help me with this. Gonna have to help me with this. Because I don't know. And this is Alien. I think it's Alien. Yeah, Alien. My cousin introduced me to that. That's pretty good. And no, I did not pay full price for that. I got it on a super big old deal. So, anyways, quit wasting yourself and your time. And I know, I'm talking to me too. What are we doing? What are you doing? What is this? Up here. Ugh. Not today. Ma'ams. I'm wearing these bangs and I'm going to get them. I look like a girl now. That makes me feel a little better, I guess. Because I wear my hair up almost all the time. So having bangs makes me feel a little bit more like a girl. And today, I don't feel like work boots. And I'm not wearing work boots. And I really hope I don't end up in a swamp somewhere. Because it's been raining. But anyways, go have a good day. Go be good to yourself. And if anything at all that I say can resonate with you, can resonate with me, I really hope it's don't waste yourself. Don't waste yourself. Because life is too short. And you should be pouring into you and the life that you want. Because it is so important for us to be who we're meant to be, who we're supposed to be, reach our full potential. That is how we help other people. Not doing everything else that we can instead of what we're supposed to be doing. Instead of using our talents and being who we're supposed to be. I'm getting there. Shoo, I'm getting there. Oh, y'all probably fixing to see some crazy stuff happen over here because I'm getting there. But I hope you're getting there too. And I hope you're gonna change your life. Go have a great day.